Hey guys, it's Weslebear here, and I will be bringing you yet another Dragon Priest on Master Kill. And as you can see today, I have brought along a companion who's actually my wife, Isla the Huntress. Rather useful, awesome bow. I've given her some nice enchanted armour, and yeah, she'll be backing me up today. They're very useful, I found, companions compared to the ones in Oblivion or Master, as you can see, thanks to their ability to go into a down state where they lose aggro, where the enemies will come and attack you. They'll get back up and then join the fight again. So unless you run off and just leave the enemies alone with your companion, they're very, very hard to kill for enemies anyway. But anyway, I am going to be killing Volsung here at Volsung, which is it's not too bad. It's a fairly long dungeon. It's not the longest I've come across, but it's thanks to the enemies. It's got quite a few powerful enemies, like just before you get out here to the peak of the mountain, which is rather pretty, you find Draugr Death Overlord, which is not a bad fight actually, thanks to being able to stun lock him. But anyway, today I will be just playing sort of my character straight up, no using sort of like a Mage circlet exploit or a buff, just the equipment my character's got, legit and standard. And I'll show you my items quickly. I've got Amulet of Akatosh, 25% Magic Regen, 90% less cost on destruction spells. Yes, it's also got the gayest name ever. The boots I had last time, don't bother to replace them really. Expert robes of destruction, these cost fucking loads, like 6 grand, but 125% magic regen rate plus 20% less on destruction spells, which is awesome. Morokai, an extra 100% magic regen rate. And then just some Thalmor gloves. I replaced my elven gloves because not elven glass. I made some glass, but then I preferred these because they just look nice. And these just add some extra magic on them because there's not much else I could do with the gloves. But yeah, I get about 250% magic regen rate and I think 39% cheaper destruction spells, which is awesome. And I will be attempting Volsung now on Master, using my companion as backup. Alright, let's do this. Tricky word wall here. I think you get the whirlwind sprint thing. Allows you to run or do like a quick dash incredibly fast. And as you can see there, I actually have finally started enough of the main story to get dragon shards. I did literally just do the first protect Whiterun from the dragon thing. And that's all I've done so far, but it is nice. Considering I've been playing the game completely shoutless up until then, it is a pretty fucking awesome thing to have sort of with you. And yeah, I do find used in the right situations they can make fights that would be sort of nail-bitingly hard. I'd say, well, not nail-bitingly hard, but sort of tense, because some fights can go on for a while. But they do make a significant difference using the right place. Obviously you need a variety of them to be able to have one sort of good in every situation, but I found the straight up sort of frost damage one the most useful so far, especially since it's the only damaging one I have that has all 3 words, which is all, so it makes it really powerful charged. I also didn't realise until very, very recently that you actually have to hold down the button. I've been using the sort of initial power, sort of the very first lowest power version, even though I had all 3 words unlocked. Just because I hadn't been charging the shouters, I guess you could say. I only just realised, thanks to a little tip on one of the loading screens, which obviously you never really think they'll come in useful, but they actually do in a sort of game as vast as this. They also give you little cheeky hints. As you can see, Isla the Huntress being an absolute boss with an apparently invisible bow. Just not bad. Yeah, companions this time around are so fucking useful. Thanks to the ability, so they're thanks to them losing aggro in their down state, being pretty much, yeah, just unkillable, as long as you're there to keep the aggro off the enemies when they go to off them when they go into the down state, then you're pretty much sorted. Although when they are on the down state, they are like a one hit. But everyone ignores them, luckily, unless you accidentally catch them in a fireball, which I've done maybe once or twice. The only annoying thing I found with the companions this time around is sometimes sort of the traps, like the giant spiked doors that sort of spin round and sideswipe you completely. Those get a little bit annoying when you're your companion repeatedly steps onto the switch, putting themselves into the down state, getting back up and stepping on the switch again. Mush. Cheeky bit of dragon skin here, which is where I can do most of my damage, because every time he hits me I'm going to absorb most of the magicka. Come on, hit me, bitch. And also we're pretty much sliding down the mountain. This is always good stuff. It looks like I'm going to have to go all the way bloody through again to actually just get back to the top. Might be some loot there that I did not really look for, but yeah. I've got a fair few useful potions on me, which is going to be making up for sort of any sort of cheeky exploits. But yeah, I've had a few comments from people saying you're noob, the standard sort of insult of the internet, because I did not manage to kill sort of anything in like under 10 seconds or in one hit, which I think you'll find if you guys go try this with a mage character is actually surprisingly difficult, thanks to enchanting, smithing and alchemy sort of being able to loop round. You could make any sort of physical damage sort of weapon, you could oversmith it essentially to have thousands of damage, and thanks to the fact you can't sneak attack with magic, as far as, well, I think there might be a perk that makes your spells silent, but I don't know if that allows you sneak attacking with them, because I've tried and I have yet to have actually get a bonus from using it. So, well, I don't have it, but for me, I've yet to have a bonus sort of sneak attack on any magic attacks I've done, so it doesn't seem to work like that. So there you go. But yeah, so I will actually at one point make I'll probably just sort of console commander character, just because I don't really want to make an unarmed character in a game, in this game. But even using, as I found that you can get items that improve your unarmed damage by quite a bit, you could in theory create a smithing, alchemy, enchanting loop to not only using the heavy armor perk, that whatever your armor rating is becomes your damage. I could also enchant pretty much all of your armor pieces with extra unarmed damage, and thanks to being able to loop them round, make I don't know, probably do like a sort of 700 if I can be bothered to get to that high sort of damage per punch. Sneak attack, probably be able to one hit most things in the game with just your fists. Whereas magic is pretty much set. There is no extra way to do extra damage with magic. No sneak attacks. Even with like the most powerful spells, is like 200 damage a fireball, which is obviously very good. And using sort of exploiting enchanting, but to a lesser extent than you can with physical attacks, you can make those freeze, so you can spam them like ridiculously, which is obviously fucking awesome. It still will be sort of under. Say you could get as fast as I can spam, so this attack, sort of like bam, bam. You could probably sort of get in sort of twice as many sort of like dagger or sword swings, which would all do sort of, which can, using sort of alchemy and all that random sort of craft skill loop, every hit could do like 1,000 damage. So there you go. It is, so to all those people complaining, do try and do this with a mage, and then you'll see what I mean. Obviously very easily possible if you set your character up right, as I'm showing, but nowhere near as easy or as sort of overpowered as the physical damage characters are in this game, thanks to crafting skills essentially. Yeah, I will definitely sort of, probably not this weekend because I've got a lot of shit to get done, but next weekend I might make hopefully alongside the next Dragon Priest kill, I'll show you guys what I mean about this sort of alchemy. I'll show you guys how to do it, and I'll show you guys sort of, and we'll see if we can make an unarmed character who can one-shot a dragon or something ridiculous. That should be that'd be a fun video, you know. Also, thanks to all the new subscribers and stuff we've got recently, I've been sort of rocking up the views on my Skyrim videos. Seems to be the most popular ones on the channel. Go check out the other guys too as well. But obviously, we all know it's all about Skyrim. So, but yeah, it's awesome that we have so many views and quite a lot of we've gained something like 30 subscribers pretty much in the last week and a half, which is awesome. I mean, I've made a few channels with friends over the time, but it seems that I always had a few people that liked them, but they never got too popular. But it's nice to see them actually sort of doing kind of well. So thanks, guys, and keep up the comments and shit. It's awesome. Sort of makes it rather fulfilling to do this. And oh, well, looks like my wife just sniped him. There we go. Volsung just died. And right, master, as I showed you at the start, yeah, see, companions are useful. I have God knows where my wife actually is, but that shot was fucking beautiful, man. Because I definitely did not do that last hit. That's fantastic. Right, I don't actually know what his mask does. Oh, underwater breathing. That's quite useful. I shall keep that for many a sort of a dive. So there you guys go. That's Volsung cleared, and Volsung killed on Master, using just a standard character and just fairly easily be obtainable items. No exploits, no bullshit. Playing Mage, which is, I'd say, the sort of, not nerfed, I don't know, but just the least, sort of one of the least exploitable sort of character styles. So there you go. Unless you just go for like a bard who just dragon shouts people to death. I can imagine that would be quite a humorous build. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you later. I'm out.